Hey guys, I'm Rob. I'm a beekeeper. I do other stuff too. And today I am going to show you how I render beeswax. Okay, I got a whole bucket of cappings here that we're going to turn into wax. But before we begin, I just wanted to say thanks for clicking on my video. That's super cool. For those of you who came from Instagram, awesome. I appreciate that. If you don't have me on Instagram, it's the same channel. Subscribe over there. You'll see other funny stuff that I do. And serious stuff. I'm very serious all the time. But a little bit about me. I run a small operation in Northwest Florida called Stinger Farms. Nothing huge, just a hobbyist. 6 to 10 hives at the most. I am proud. Last year we processed 400 pounds of honey, so that's pretty cool. My dad is a beekeeper up in Missouri. He's been doing it for about 18 years, and that's kind of where this all started from. So inside this bucket is just comb and honey and this nasty stuff. So what I got here is some water that's warm enough for me to put my hand in there and work it around. Okay, so I'm just going to dump this right inside the bucket here. Okay, that's just now water and honey, and I'm just going to start stirring this up. Okay, I'm going to break up the wax in my fingers. I'm going to start trying to get that separated a little bit. It's getting in there. There are a lot of different ways to do this. This just works for me. There's not that much, so it's just the last little bit. In a different video, I can show you how I do large quantities, but this is kind of what this video is focused about. Everybody has beeswax videos, but I don't know. I was always like, what do I do with the last little bit there? So check it out. I got this, because all the honey, for beekeepers out there, you know what I'm talking about. It just makes everything gross. Okay? So anyway, there we go. Bringing this down. Now I got this soup. Okay? I got a soup, if you will. All right. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take my pot. I'm gonna take this wax. And I'm gonna squeeze all the water out of it. All the water, all the honey, best I can. The reason I'm breaking it up is because it will obviously melt a lot easier if it's broken up inside here. We're looking for just straight wax. Okay. I got a little strainer here. Run all that. Look at that. That's a lot. I'm glad I did that. I'm just wringing it out. I think I'm gonna do that one more time and see what else I can get. Okay. Yep, one more time. One more time. Yeah, that should be good. That's plenty. Okay, good enough. There's a little bit left in there, a few little floaters, but whatever. It's been a long day, right? Do a little hand wash. All right, now we need a spatula. Got one right here. And we're going to start stirring this wax up. Wax melts at 145 degrees-ish, 147. So just keep moving this around. If you don't stir the wax around, it's weird. It kind of just sits on top and it'll make this skim, and you just really need to keep moving it around in circles. And while we're doing that, we can multitask. I think, let me see here. What we got? Yeah. Let's do some pantyhose. I'm going to take these pantyhose, right? Hold on. I'm going to take these pantyhose and get a good stretch on them. And bring them back around over here. There we go. Let's do that. Oh, we got to run. Yeah, let's do that. I'll pour the wax right there in the middle of that hole. That'll be just fine. Some good stuff. That is Silken Mist by Legs. Mm-hmm. All right, let's come back over here. I wonder if I can just keep going. Man, this stuff's amazing. I'm doing that. I think I've reached the... Whoa. Okay. I'm happier with this. I got like half of a... I'm not sure how it would do going through the part that sits on your bottom. I don't even know. So, I'm going to go through this part right here. I feel more comfortable with that. So this is what it looks like now that I've got the pantyhose. Other option was the cheesecloth. That was right here. I would just lay this over the top, and then I would just hit it with some clamps. Okay, that's the other option. I like to change it up. You know, I never know what I'm going to do until I do it. You know. All right, let's keep stirring this. Okay, so to recap, the point of this video was not to show you how to make beeswax out of perfect comb. This was to show you how to get beeswax out of that last little bit when you've got a bucket full of garbage. Okay, so I'm not going to put much beeswax down in here. That happened a while ago. That's all this stuff. This is the last bit. A few more chunks and then we'll be done. I am getting the best wax and honey facial. Wow. Oh, we're close, guys. We are close. Look at that. Look at that soup. Okay, so what is this stuff? Okay, you might be like, you know, why doesn't it always just look like this? Well, there's dirt inside there. There's honey. There's dead bees. There's cocoon cappings. Other insects. All that stuff is in propolis. All pollen. There's so many things that's in there that we need to strain out to get this nice looking finished product. It's completely natural. It's just part of a bee's life. Some of this comb will be in the beehive for years. So you could imagine how much it can accumulate in that amount of time. The really good stuff is the cappings that you get whenever you do honey extraction, because that stuff's only on there for a couple months. That's why that wax is white and it's premium. When it comes to selling wax, the white wax, because of its clarity and its ease of ability to dye it with dye, makes it more valuable. Little fun fact for you. Let me show you while we're talking. Look at this. So this one, this is really light colored wax compared to this. Look at the difference, right? So just from that, it would obviously be easier to dye this one than it would be to this one if you're trying to make candles or, you know, anything like that. So kind of cool. All right, so listen, what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna take that pot and I'm gonna dump it into this pot, okay? Nothing too crazy there, but if you don't feel comfortable doing it this way, you can use a ladle. If you wanna use some sort of cup. I would try to keep my hands out of there as best you can, so you don't get wax all over you. It doesn't hurt, but it just sucks because now I'll be peeling wax off my fingers. If you can find a way to dump it in here or use a ladle, that'd be my best advice for you. So it's completely melted. It just looks like dirt. And so what we're gonna do now, I'll show you what it looks like here, okay? Now all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pour it directly into this pot. Okay. Oh, careful. All right, so now I got like a ball of mud in here. I'm gonna peel this up. Now, don't forget, the pot that I put this in was cold, okay? I hadn't plugged it in. I didn't tell you to do that. I just said, get a pot. So if you plugged it in, that was not the right thing to do. Okay, I've got my little bag of bee bits here. Got a little trash can here. I'm not going to squeeze it out. I don't want to get a lot of the fine sediment out of there. Okay, into the trash can we go. Okay, now that we've got this poured in here, I wanted to show you just how awesome that is. There's still a little bit of fluid down there that we're going to get rid of. I'll show you how we're going to do it. Remember how I said not to heat your pan up? Well, now you're going to do it. We're going to stick it on warm. And we're going to remelt all of this wax. Okay? Okay, so now this is all liquid, all right? You guys see all that? Let this cool down just a little bit so it's not bubbling anymore. And we're gonna pour this wax into this double boiler, okay? And then from there, we're gonna pour it into a mold. You'll be able to see a clear distinction between the honey and whatever other garbage is in there and the wax. So you're just gonna stop pouring whenever you start seeing that other brown stuff get close. And then that's it. So I'll show you how I do it in just a second. Can you see that line in there? See the difference between the wax and the brown stuff? That's what we're gonna separate, okay? So we're just gonna take this cooker and we're gonna pour it into this other thing here. We want the wax to come out first. And you can see there's a brown edge. It's just soup. Be really careful. Okay, and we'll take this, and I think I'm gonna make, actually, no, I'll make a really thin one here. I'm pouring that inside the mold. Let's do that. And you're going to do the same thing with this. I'll show you in just a second. There's a little bit of trash on the bottom of that. Well, I didn't pour it in there. Let's do it again. Okay. Is there anything we can get out of there? I don't think so. I'm not even gonna mess with it. Okay, just a little bit. So now we let this dry. It's not gonna be very much wax. Remember, this is the very last little bit of wax that was left in the bucket. Just a little bit of cappings, and it should be pretty good looking wax whenever we're done. And that's it. That's the process. Let me let this solidify, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, I just got it out of the freezer. I put it in there so it would go a little faster. You're gonna love this. This is cool. Now remember, okay, just one thing. I gotta say one thing before I show you. Remember what this was. This was the goop on the bottom of the bucket. This is not the good cappings. That's important to remember, okay? And this is only one straining. That's also important to remember. You guys ready for this? Look at that. Right? There's a couple bits of dirt in there. We could easily get that out with one more straining. Bottom of the bucket. Super easy, right? Double boiler, a silicone mold, need a heater, and a cup. That's it. Now check this out. Okay, do you remember earlier whenever I told you about that wax that I took out of the deep, right? Check this out. You guys ready? What? Look at the difference. Now, which one do you think's worth more? So this one's super easy to take on a die, while this one would be limited choices, right? So, cool. Okay, so that's that. Thanks for watching. Again, if you aren't subscribed on Instagram, hit me up there, okay? I'm going to be posting videos about bee inspections, my upcoming honey house that I've been working on. You can see some of that on Instagram. I've got tons of projects going on over here at Stinger Farms. I'd love for you to join me. I'd love for you to watch. Please shoot me some questions. If you've got anything that you want to know about beekeeping, I'm your guy. So, okay, have a good night.